This one comes from Petty Revenge. Guy gets out of his car to attack me physically. Quickly changes his mind. I'm driving home today on a side street. I'm tootling along, going the speed limit, when a guy suddenly pulls in front of me from a parking space at the curb. Slow enough and recklessly enough where I almost hit him. He had no turn signal on. He seems lost, so I slow him way down. He then proceeds in front of me very, very slowly, blocking the flow of traffic, weaving back and forth. He then starts to turn right, so I slow even more. Then he very abruptly veers in front of me, wildly to the left, cutting me off completely, so I slam on my brakes and honk the horn once to warn him. This idiot stops his car literally sideways in the middle of the street, blocking me, blocking traffic in both directions. He then rolls his window down, starts flipping me off, and commences to scream at me. I just sit there in my car, wondering if he's lost his mind. He then opens his car door, still screaming at me, still flipping me off, gets out of his car, and starts to threaten me with beating me up. I'm a small woman. I calmly pick up my phone, do not roll down my window. My car doors are locked, and I simply and very obviously start recording him. He continues to march up to my car, yelling at me. The minute he sees me recording him on my cell phone, he abruptly stops screaming. All at once, he becomes as meek as a mouse, then very politely and somewhat bizarrely attempts to explain himself. My window is still up. I am still recording him. When I do not stop recording or put the phone down, do not react to him, and do not say a word, he then turns on his heels, runs to his car, and drives off in the opposite direction like a bat out of hell. Funny how the threat of making an asshole go viral, possibly lose his job, and expose him to the world as the asshole that he is, possibly a drunk asshole, almost immediately altered what could have been a police report and an assault into a frightened rabbit turning tail and running away terrified. Not sure if this is revenge, but it is still pretty petty all the way around.
Jeez. Man. This just reminds me of like the last road raging story that we had. I don't like getting messed up in road ragers. You never know.
You never know. And yeah, it is very embarrassing to like get out of your car.
Oh, it's always embarrassing when you're
Like-
the one who gets out of the car and tries to fight someone. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Ew.
come on. You think you're so tough, man.
It's giving secondhand embarrassment.
Why try to be that tough guy who thinks you're so tough? Like, you threaten someone's life. Like, what if they decide to run you over with their car?
Yeah, exactly. Self-defense.
Like, you never know what the other person is going through or who they are or how they'll react or anything.
Yeah, and like I've said before, I have road rage. But
you never get out of the car.
I will never get out of the car because that is so humiliating to me. It's like, ew, I let this stranger get me so heated that I like had to get out of my car and show my face to all the traffic around me. Like, aren't you embarrassed? Oh my God. My social anxiety could never.
Yeah. Just stay away from that. Like, I just watched another clip. Like, we talked about this last time we talked about road raging, where dude went to road rage in the States and he got shot from trying to come up and punch through the window. I just watched another one where a dude actually walked up with a handgun to the side of the car, and instead of like, he was like using it, he was just like beating on the side of the door with the gun. Yeah, he got shot in the face.
By himself?
No.
Oh.
By the person inside the car.
Oh my God.
He walked up to the car, pointing a gun at him, and then when he got close and the gun was down, and the other person took their opportunity and they shot back, and they shot first.
Oh my God.
Don't pull a gun out unless you're going to shoot. And he pulled it out to be a threat to somebody, and he got shot by somebody else who was concealed carry. But even in Canada here, like I watched one on like whatever, dude with a knife gets out of the car and tries to like stab someone. People are freaking insane nowadays.
I know.
It's like, don't get out of your car. Just keep on driving.
Yeah, I think this approach is perfect. It's like,
yeah,
record
them.
Sometimes I think it will make them more angry though.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes when you record people, it's kind of funny, like triggers them, and they just go batshit crazy. See, that's where it's
funny until it's not though.
It's funny until it's not. At the same time though, like you can record stuff, you feel safe in your car until you're not.
Yeah.
Like in this situation, like, she is recording herself for her own defense and like whatever, and like that's all fine and dandy until it's not.
Exactly.
Because recording people could also send them off the deep end.
We can't do anything right, honestly. Like,
No.
There's no...
Because like you've seen people where they record them like, oh yeah, record this, and they go even nuts. So like
Yeah.
glass is only strong until it's broken.
Yeah.
And your driver's window can be broken kind of easily.
Yeah.
So
I don't have the right advice to give.
there's no right advice. The best advice is avoid it at all costs.
But what are you supposed to do? Like, not honk your horn when someone's being an asshole? Like, I have heard stories, people, like, they got into, like, really serious situations like this where someone, like, pulled out a gun or pulled out a knife, and now they don't honk anymore.
Exactly.
Like, they don't
Just
react.
don't honk. You should be allowed to honk.
I know, it's tough.
You should be allowed to, but in this day and age, like, the only thing better than being right is being alive.
Yeah,
and not
so
having
true.
to be in one of these situations. So, like, yeah, it sucks, but my recommendation is not to honk.
Just bite your tongue.
Yeah, because people go freaking nuts, and you never know who is who and what mood they're in and what they went through that day. People are freaking getting crazier by the day here.
I know. It's scary.
It is getting scary.
So there is 2 updates that I have not read yet. This was only posted 2 days ago. Update. I went in today to file a report. Unfortunately, although you can clearly see him and his car on the video, you can't see his license plate. I only started filming when he started to get out of his car. As I noted, the car was stopped sideways about 10 feet ahead of me, perpendicular to mine, blocking me in. When he took off in the opposite direction from the direction I was facing. Not that I had any plans to chase him down. The police apologized and said there wasn't much that they can do, as other than yelling, he didn't physically do anything to me or my car. But at least there was a record of his face and car should he pull this crap again. And no, I'm not posting the video up. The police assured me that posting the video, it might bring more attention and trouble than I would want to deal with, and I'm normally a private person. Sorry for the anticlimax, but hoping that after this, he might think twice before leaping out of his car and threatening to assault someone over his own stupid driving.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it'll bring more trouble than it's worth. And like, if they're already doing stupid driving like that, something is obviously wrong with them. Like, that's just a little bit different of like they merge really closely in front of you. Like, this dude's unhinged. His driving was very erratic.
Yeah. So there's another update. Well, not really an update, but I am both fascinated and taken aback by the viciousness of some here wanting to ruin this guy's life by my posting the video. I'm not posting the video. Full stop. Why are people so damn mean? I'm old, probably old enough to be your mother, or in some cases your grandmother. The idiot who pulled his stunt acted like a full-on idiot. He was going to threaten and at least frighten the older woman, and then he saw the camera and realized what a moron he was. That's enough. He didn't do anything for me to ruin his entire life over. Seeing the car he was driving, his face, clothes, even his hair, and how he behaved, his life pretty much completely sucks as it is now. At some point or another, we all do stupid shit. Say stupid things and act like assholes, all of us. Even though it was me who was left a victim here, I don't carry that much anger. Mostly I got a good laugh over his horrified face at the moment he realized he was on camera. That he then came to not just a screeching halt with his stupid behavior, but was then trying to so very desperately to reverse his stupidity. He knew in that moment exactly how stupid he was being. He's probably searching all over the internet right now, hoping he doesn't find his face. He won't. That's enough for me. It's a hard lesson learned for him. This one instance is not enough to ruin a life despite almost full braying mob. The internet version of pitchforks and torches, bring out the monster. Me terrifying this guy with a camera is petty revenge. Me purposely ruining his life over one dumb moment where no one was hurt and nothing was damaged. I'm not that person. Neither should you be. I fully disagree with this woman. I don't think it's you ruining his life. It's his own actions.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't be ruining his life. I don't think.
Like she said, she feels bad. Sounds like his life was already pretty rough to begin with, but you know, that's
consequences of your own actions.
That is true.
You reap what you sow.
Nowadays. Yep.
And maybe doing this will bring, I don't know, like prevent him in the future.
It could, because who knows what he might do the next time.
I don't agree with this approach at all. Like, it's not you ruining his life. Like, he did that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Whatever. Moving on.
Just avoid road rage incidences.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.